Thank you for joining us on TNT, and a bit of a special interview today. A lot of you people might know this face if you've ever come to Penang, if you've ever been involved with visa runs, with staying in Penang, needing an agent. Jim is a very well-known face. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So you've been around Penang for, what, since about 1910?
No, 70.
A few years. You were born in Penang?
Yes.
So you sort of became the go-to person, the solve any visa problem person for so long.
Yeah, for 25 to 30 years. I mean, when it was different.
You established your own little sort of mini visa empire here.
Yeah, it's true.
But during COVID, difficult times.
Nothing can be done. Everything, you lost everything because there's nobody can come here. We cannot go anywhere. Most of the people, not only visa business, everybody business is gone.
Yeah,
gone.
So at least you are working. We'll have a talk about that again.
Yes.
You've sort of joined forces with one of the other famous companies here.
Yeah.
So let's have a talk about, when we're talking about visas and consulates and embassies, what happens here in Penang is not necessarily what's going to happen in every other embassy or consulate. There are little sort of intricacies, little differences between the ways that the embassies work. For example, I note here that they only allow 50 applications a day.
Yes.
Why is that? Is there an answer?
You see, I don't know, because I'm surprised. We used to do more than 100 a day before, long time ago, easy. But now, I don't know why. But then we can't say anything about it, because they are the boss, so we cannot say anything. But sometimes they give 60, sometimes they give 70, we never know. But they say 50. Sometimes they can go to 60 or 70 sometimes.
What's the relationship between agents and the consulate? You sort of have daily conversations with them, or do they say, this is the rules, this is what you have to do to work with us?
Yes, that's but we got no say. They tell you what to do. Even though sometimes they come on a Monday and tell us, this is what we want. But you should have told me 2 weeks earlier, so I could tell my clients, my friends what to do. But now, they just come and say, oh, I want this. And then, you can't get that just in one day, Things like this happen. But I know there must be a good reason for that,
So Jim, it's a bit of a symbiotic relationship. I mean, they need you to make things simple for them.
Yes.
Because the visa agents are sort of the filter to sort out a lot of the problems before they get to the consulate. So I would have imagined that they would be working hand in hand with the agents, but it's not like that?
No, not anymore. Before it was easier, You come here and give me the passports, whatever. We check everything, order. Okay, so come back next day and pick up the visa. Easy for them also, you don't have any queues outside, So it was much easier and better. But now they say, no, you have to go in person, I don't know why. So, but we have to follow their rules, They are the boss.
And the interesting thing about the Royal Thai Consulate General, is it's just been all sort of renovated, but it doesn't seem to be any more efficient than the standby one they had for many years. Well, it took about 2 or 3 years to renovate, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. I thought
2 years.
The standby place was better than the nice flashy one.
No, the other one. This place is nice. Before that, another one is about
just over the road.
Yeah, over the road, 500 meters away. But this is much better, because
it doesn't seem to be any more efficient.
Yeah, I know, because what they should put outside, they should have, like a canopy.
Yes, there's no, if it's raining or if the sun's out, you're in trouble if you have to wait.
Yes,
I waited for 2 hours this morning to get in.
I know, so they should, we'll try to talk to them, and say, put up a canopy,
Tell them that Tim complained.
Yeah, I mean, we cannot say, the guest, customers, they are complaining. Oh, it's too hot,
But that's the customers. Sometimes when you go to these consulates, you don't feel like a customer. You feel like a victim.
It's true.
The relationship, I don't think sometimes is that good. Anyway, we could talk about that for hours. Let's have a talk about some of the common mistakes people make when they get their visas. We're talking very generally. It could be tourist visas, could be non-Bs, could be marriage visas, O visas, retirement visas. What are some of the common mistakes people make?
In these things, the consulate is not wrong. They're right. You see, some people come with a passport with 5 months valid on the passport. 5 months. And they say, I want a visa. You can't even fly out to another country if you have 5 months.
So you've got to have 6 months on your passport.
More than 6 months.
Right.
But this is a very common mistake they make. Mostly they're Russians, because these people having parties, so they don't think. Number 2, the consulate here wants a visa, but everybody, today one guy was asking me, why I get 60 and 30, why I need a hostel booking for 2 months? I said, they only give you 60 days. Then the other 30 days that you have to get it. But they want a hostel booking for 60 days and a flight out in the same amount of time.
So if you want to apply for a 60-day tourist visa, they want to see bookings for 60 days.
Yeah.
And a flight out on the 61st day.
Yeah, no, 58, like on the day that
59, 60 days.
Yes.
So you can't just say, I'll organise that when
No, you have to have that.
Wow.
And then the most important thing is you need the bank statement, like the Russians,
This is for the tourist visa?
Yeah.
Yep.
So the Russians, they come here and everything is in Russian. But now they have a problem with the banks there, but they still come. I tell them that to get the bank statement in English, the last 3 months bank statement, they want to know in and out. They want to know where you get your money. So you come to my country, I want to know where you get your money. And you must at least 60, 70,000 baht in your bank. Okay? That means you can stay for 2 months.
Yes.
Okay? And after that, it's different. And another thing is...
Well, just speaking, sorry to interrupt, what about the documentation?
Yeah.
What languages do they
English
accept?
or Thai.
English or Thai only?
Yeah.
No matter where you're from?
Yeah.
That's
English
all the documents?
English is much better, English.
Right.
Prefer English. Yeah.
Why do they prefer English?
Because, some of the people there, they're not Thais, They are locals.
So the Thai would be sort of imperfect?
Yeah. So sometimes they're locals who read, they can't read. So if in English is very good,
I also understand that a lot of people have problems with just their own personal data, the country they come from and their own personal information. They get that wrong often.
Yeah, because it's like, you see the people from Ukraine,
Yep.
They can't go home. They cannot go home. There's no place there.
Yes.
But then they want to stay in Thailand. But sometimes we have problems also applying visa for them.
Yep.
I think they should be a little bit lenient,
Well, this is an interesting thing because the geopolitical situation at the moment, a lot of these Russian people, imagine if your country was at war, you'd want to get your family somewhere safe. You'd want security.
True.
So I don't have any problems with a lot of these Russian people wanting to find a better place, even if they were worried about being conscripted. But this is going to be a problem for the Thais long term because these people, their tourist visa is going to run out at some stage.
I know. You see, the thing is, the Russian people are the ones who make the income for the Thai people.
Sure.
You know what? You rent a house for 25,000 baht a month. And these Thai people, the person, the owner, and it's 25,000 is a lot of money.
Sure.
Sometimes they have 2 houses, they got 50,000. They send their children out, to overseas for studies. But now, when you say the Russian, they cannot come because these people have money.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you don't let them come, and these Thai people lose the money,
Sure.
They lose a lot of money.
And from what I've seen of the Russian people coming to Thailand so far, they are spending good money. And they're quite happy to pay to get a visa if they can.
What I think is you can give them the visa if they want to stay a year, as long as they pay, they don't do any crime, they don't do any drugs, and if they are with a clean record, why not? Why not? Give them a visa for a year. Like you can tell them you can get a visa for a year, then you can have to leave the country for 6 months, then you can come back again. So that maybe 6 months they go to Bali, stay there, and then you come back another year. Because they are paying good money.
Yes.
Do you know how many Russians have gone back to Russia for a while, but they're still paying the rent?
Right.
Yeah, they are still paying.
So, just generally, who comes to Penang? People from Phuket, obviously.
Yeah.
Krabi, the whole south of Thailand.
Koh Phangan, mostly.
Koh Phangan,
And Koh Samui.
Koh Samui.
Yeah, Bangkok, Chiang Mai.
Oh, okay. Because where else can people go if they want to do a visa run in Thailand? If you're living in Bangkok or Pattaya
You can go to
or
Cambodia.
Chiang Mai, Cambodia?
Yeah, Cambodia, but it's not easy. You have to stay a week, and you have
A week?
A week, and then it's a lot of problems there also.
So how is it different, say, from
I
Penang?
got a guy today called me from Cambodia.
Yep.
He can't get a visa. He has only been 45 days in the country. He went to Cambodia, they wouldn't let him in. They wouldn't even give him a visa. That's why I asked him to fly here. I asked him to fly, maybe tomorrow he's flying to Kuala Lumpur, Cambodia, then he comes here. Because he can't get, so these are the problems they're having in Cambodia. Here, if you have the proper papers, we'll do our best.
Yes.
That's all I can tell you. We do the best. You know?
So let's have a talk once again about the relationship of visa agents. Cambodia, maybe they need some good visa agents there to help oil the wheels.
But do they want an agent there? There's
I
no
don't know.
agents there.
Why?
I don't understand.
Okay. There's a business opportunity for you.
Very good business.
Gyms in Siam Reap.
No, it's a good place, but the problem is they don't allow any foreign this. This.
Okay. So where else can you go to? Vientiane in
Vientiane,
Laos?
yes, you can.
Right.
You can, not even in Bali. Singapore, I'm not sure.
Right.
You know, because Singapore is really little bit strict now.
Or it's an embassy
Bali,
there.
yeah, Bali also. A lot of my friends stay in Bali, but they're not applying for the visa there. They come here to get a visa to go to Thailand. So there must be some problems there. There must be.
Would I be correct in saying the whole visa situation has tightened up in recent years? It's harder to get a visa.
Yes.
So would I then be correct in saying that it's either better or easier to use an agent?
Much, of course.
I would have thought, even the little nuances and the details
Yeah.
on my own visa application, things like the photograph of the office.
Yeah.
They didn't think that it was either clear enough or
Yeah.
it wasn't the right sort of photo.
Yeah.
So little things can trip
Yeah.
you up if you
Yes.
want to go by yourself.
Yes, you can. So that's why when you come here, we correct all the things. Okay, this is good. Now we can go and apply for the visa.
Right.
You know, because if you go there standing 2 hours and they say, sorry, I cannot give you the visa, then you have to wait another day. Then you have to look for us,
Well, I was there, it opens up at 10 o'clock.
Yeah,
And I was there at about 8:15.
yeah. Then you 2 hours, you waited.
And I was, I think, the second last person to be allowed in.
Yeah.
So if you go there by yourself without a visa agent on your side, I think it can be
really.
very difficult. So let's have a talk about border runs. Is there a difference in the way that the consulate will treat somebody if they've arrived by land or by air?
Yeah.
So what's the difference?
What do you mean?
Okay, so if you arrive, if you do a visa run with a bus,
Yeah.
and you arrive in Penang or KL by land, are you treated differently than if you fly in?
No, it's the same.
The same?
It's the same.
Okay.
Nothing, no difference at all.
So are people still doing like these border runs
Yes, but you only can do twice, sometime once.
in a year,
No,
in a calendar year?
No. Border runs
altogether?
twice maybe. They do it, still do it,
Right.
They still do it, but not all. You're not 100% sure. You can be rejected.
It's really up to the officer on the day.
Of the day.
What about flying in?
Flying also, like Bangkok has got a very bad reputation, Yeah, they're asking a lot of things. They're asking money. They want this. They want that, But who want to carry cash? 20,000.
Yeah, I mean, I think there are a lot of rules that have always been there, but now they're sort of being followed to the letter rather than a bit of sabai. Yeah. So what's the future of visa agents? I mean, It seems to me that you're an indispensable part of the whole application for visas. In my own experience over 12 years, I think visa agents have made my life a lot easier.
No, of course. You see, you just come here, give the papers, and you go to sleep. Come back 2 days later, pick it up. And
not anymore. We've got to go there in person.
Yeah, now in person you have to go.
Is that the same at all embassies and consulates?
Yes.
You have to go in person.
Yeah. I mean, before here, no. Every other country you have to go.
Yeah.
But here, now you have to go in person.
All right, let's finish with a couple of other common mistakes that people make. Things that you see every day and you go, oh, not again. So let's talk about a few more of those.
Tell me. Ask me.
Oh, well, you tell me.
Okay. All right. So that's the tourists, you already know what's happening, right?
Yes.
So now you're talking about non-B.
Let's have to talk about non-B visas.
The non-B visa.
That's for business?
Business.
Work permit?
Yeah.
Right?
All right. A lot of people think when they are the managing director that they own the company. They argue with us. You know, they always argue. I said, oh, I need a Thai director. No, I am the boss. I said, listen, you are only 49%. You understand?
So these are the people that have set up a company with Thai
people.
Thai proxies, yeah.
But whatever it is, you are not the owner. The Thai person is the owner, 51%.
Yes.
So everything has got to be a name. But some of the people, they come, oh no, I'm the owner. I said, I know, you're the owner, but you're not 51% shareholder.
Yeah.
You know, so you bring this guy, you know, we need, you know, if you are applying first time, you need the WP3 from the Labour Office. It's very important paper.
What's a WP3?
Work permit application.
Right.
And you have to apply for earlier. If the lawyers are good, they will get it for you quickly, you know. But sometimes you have to go to Suratani to get it, you know. It's take times. Number two.
So okay, just let's flesh this out. If you're applying for a non-B visa, should you be using a lawyer to get you set up?
A lawyer, definitely.
You recommend?
Yes. Oh, of course, you must have a lawyer.
Okay, so if you're thinking of getting a non-B visa, start off by finding a good lawyer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Then you have the WP3, work permit application.
Yep.
Now, the invitation letter. Now the one is letterhead, a proper letterhead with the street, the name of the company, the street, you know. And
have a drink of your tea.
Yeah, and a telephone number. Do you know why this telephone number?
They're going to call them.
Yeah, this telephone number must be a Thai. You know, many people come here. Oh, I'm the owner. I'm the owner. You know. But
so what you're saying is they're actually going through and they're checking these applications and making sure that the company exists, that there is an office, that there is a Thai person answering the phone.
Yes.
So the fact that they're checking all these things just makes it a little bit more complicated. So no more fake documentation.
Yes, it's true. I mean, I don't blame them because there's so many fake companies in Thailand. You know that in Phuket. Huh?
Sure. Well, people can buy property through a Thai company.
Yeah.
But I always say to these people who go to that trouble, just remember that you never actually own the property.
Yeah, true.
The company will own the property, which is majority owned by Thais.
It's true. I mean, this is a well-known fact.
Sure. Good luck to them.
Yeah.
Do Thai people go to the consulates?
Yes.
And are they given priority?
Yes. They go in first.
So why would a Thai person be going to a Thai consulate?
Oh, this is not for work permit or nothing. This is for the marriage, you know.
How many Thai people live in Penang? Oh, a lot of people?
Maybe 1,000, 2,000, maybe.
Okay, well that's not a lot.
Not a lot.
Okay. I mean, how's your Thai?
No, not so good.
It's about as good as mine, I think. Okay, and a document not translated. Oh, we talked about that.
Yeah, you see the WP3,
the WP3, the work permit application.
Invitation letter.
Yes.
It's got to be in, let's call you the letterhead.
Yes.
It's very important.
Yep.
And the telephone number, if it's a landline, is much, much better.
A landline?
Yes.
Because there are modern day offices that don't have landlines.
Yeah, but make sure there's someone there.
Right.
That when you come, you tell them, you sit here for 2 days if somebody calls. You know?
Right.
Yeah. And
so a landline sort of denotes a more permanent office or a bigger office.
Yeah. And then if you have a landline, they will look, oh, this is better, a landline.
Yep.
Because it's like a proper
Yeah,
thing,
yeah. That's a bit old-fashioned, but then again, that's one of the rules.
Yeah. Then the employment contract has got to be the same. Okay? And then you need if it's a new company, you don't need the tax papers.
Right.
If it's an old company, you need the tax papers. Shareholders list, DBD. Okay?
DBD.
Yeah, that's what do you call it? It's
A shareholders list.
No, it's
Directors.
registration and all this. Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah. And then now they want the photos. But the problem is a lot of people just take a piece of paper like this, they put there and they write and they take a photo.
That's the sign for the office.
Yeah, they will just reject it.
I have to say, I looked at the photo of the office in my application. Never saw the office before in my life.
Yeah.
Anyway, we won't mention that.
Yeah.
Okay, so give me one more common mistake people make, and we'll wrap it up.
And there's non-B?
For the most common mistake people make.
Well,
we
the
mentioned
common is they are the Thai directors, but they never bring the Thai directors things. You need the Tabian Ban, you need the Thai director's signature and signature and sign photocopy because they are the owners of the company.
Right.
You are not the owner. So these are the most common mistakes that these people do.
So again, if you get a lawyer or a person that does these applications often to get things organised, then you're going to have a much better chance of getting your visa through.
Yes, if you have the proper papers, they got no say to say no to you.
Okay.
Okay.
So now you have become, or you've joined Rami Sharma Travel.
Yeah.
And they are one of, I think, there's yourself, and then there was Rami Sharma, and the fact that you've now lent your experience. They're very good people down here, by the way, and they haven't paid me money to say any of this, but I can honestly say that if you are coming to Penang and you do need some help with your visa, if you need to get to Penang, and they'll be able to organise vans, they can give you advice on travel, and they will go through your application in detail before it gets anywhere near the consulate.
True, because you don't want to be rejected,
Exactly.
But even,
I don't want to be rejected.
Even sometimes, even with all these proper papers, you still can be rejected.
Of course.
And we try to talk to them, sometimes it's happened,
Well, they're looking at my visa as we speak.
When somebody comes, we don't say 100% I do it for you. We can't say it anymore.
Sure.
Something could happen, could be rejected for no reason.
Sure.
But it's okay, we still try to do something else.
So I'll put a link in the description under this video if you want to contact the people at Rami Sharma Travel, and their office is open, 7 days a week?
No, except Friday afternoon.
Friday afternoon they have
Saturday, no.
Saturday, no.
Sometimes we work until 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
I know. I come here at all sort of strange hours, and you're always here.
Before we can do 100 passports.
Yes.
3 hours. Now 15 passports takes 6 hours.
It's just become that much more complicated.
Yes.
Look, I think the moral of the story, if I'm right, Jim, is that it's just become a little bit more complicated to get your visas than it was in the past.
Yes.
The idea of just doing multiple visa runs and just living the good life, going in and out of Thailand as you wish, they're sort of over at the moment.
Yeah.
And I thank you very much for giving us a bit of your wisdom.
No.
And we wish you well. I know you've had a pretty tough time, and you've done something to your foot. I don't know what you've done.
I fell.
You fell?
Yep. I broke it. No, I don't drink.
Okay.
I don't drink, I don't smoke.
Just asking.
No drinking, no smoking.
Am I meant to believe that?
No, really. I don't do it. Now Phuket, everybody is smoking.
Don't
is there
talk
any
about
accidents there?
Accidents?
Like people smoking a lot of weed,
Just a bit.
Really?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of that going on. I mean, you go to Patong and the streets are just littered with these new marijuana shops.
Okay.
The police don't know what to do because they haven't passed the law that gives all the guidelines as to what you can and can't do. It's a mess. It's a mess. That's another conversation. Jim, you're a bit of a star And we wish you well with your health.
Thank you.
And congratulations joining forces with Rami Sharma Travel.
Thank you.
And thank you for a little bit of inside look at the visa situation.
Yes. Do you want to know about other visas?
Well, okay, to talk about other visas. Well, we've got time.
No,
Have you got time?
Because
we've got time.
Because they are looking at this and they know what to bring.
Yep.
Next time, you know.
Okay.
You know, we don't want to come here and I said.
We're going to go through the checklist, are we?
No, the checklist is nothing.
The checklist is nothing.
This is all the things I hear.
They're all the things you need for a tourist visa.
No.
I'll put a link to that underneath as well.
Okay.
No, not important.
Okay, stop. Yeah.
That's
Okay,
it?
That's it.
Okay, we've said enough. We've got somebody behind the camera saying,
Yeah.
Jim, thank you.
No problem, mate.
Okay,
Anytime.
TNT, a bit of a look inside, and great to talk to a bit of a star. You're checking your phone already.
No, there's a girl coming from Phuket.
Oh, there's a girl coming. That's always worth checking.
Yes.
That's Jim, who's now with Rami Sharma Travel. There's a link in the description, and thank you for your time.
Thank you, mate.
Thanks for joining us on TNT.
Thank you. Bye.